actually through shot put, discus, and hammer in college, and we came to Charleston for the NCAA tournament. It's been like 10 years, but all right, let me get shared here. Okay, so first I am actually going to introduce my lifelong trading partner, my husband, Mr. Lorenzo Atkins. He is actually the person who introduced me to this opportunity. So I'll let him kind of talk to you all and get this kicked off, and then we will get started. If everyone can stay on mute, if you are not speaking, I would greatly appreciate it. If you have questions, feel free to unmute yourselves. Feel free to type in the chat. We will make sure to answer any questions that you might have tonight. I'm super, super excited to share this information with everybody. So I'm going to turn it on over to Lorenzo, and then we will go ahead and get started.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. I am just ecstatic to see so many people on today to be able to share this opportunity with everybody. Is just mind-blowing. I started trading 3 years ago, and when I started trading, I literally just came in to say if I could only make an extra $300 to $500 a month, and I will be great. And that has turned into my wife quitting her job, changing our whole family outlook. I have my 16-year-old daughter trading now, and it has completely changed our life. I really just want you guys to, when you go through this presentation, whatever goals and dreams that you guys have, kind of see yourself doing those things, because this opportunity is one that, as I look through the names and list of people who are on tonight, some of those people I know are enjoying some of these things, and it really is going to open up the world of possibilities to you. And I just want you to have an open mind as Chelsea goes through everything. And if you have questions at the end, definitely speak up. But I think that this will be eye-opening for anybody who is not familiar with Forex and what Forex means. By the end of this call, you'll kind of get a snapshot of it. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Chelsea and let her get started.
Thank you so much for Lorenzo. I appreciate you sharing your story. Like I said, so my name is Chelsea Atkins. For those of you who may not know me, I joined IM Academy back in September. I sat on the sidelines and watched my husband trade for almost 2 years when the opportunity was shared by our personal mentor, Guenevere Ramos. And I was so excited to see him prosper in this opportunity, and I couldn't sit on the sidelines anymore. So just to get started, so again, I'm from Toledo, Ohio, where we can have 4 different seasons in the same week. I'm 34 years old, and I am a wife, a mother to 4 beautiful children. We've been very blessed. This is my family on the screen. So give some shout out to them. Like my husband said, our 17-year-old daughter has started learning to trade. Our 12-year-old is super eager to learn. Our 22-year-old is also interested in learning. And my 4-year-old looks at me and says, "Mama, I want to learn how to trade." Someday, baby, we got you. Again, I was introduced to Forex about 2 years ago initially, and I decided to fully take on the opportunity in September of last year. I was basically looking for the opportunity to pay down some pretty heavy student loan debt, and I actually found it to be a situation that I was able to leave my job, focus on this full time, and provide a little bit more of a work-life balance for my family and I. In comparison to some of the people that I've been trading with, my time trading has been very brief, but because of the unlimited amount of resources that I have through this team, through IM Academy, and being able to share ideas and learn through my husband and the team in IM Academy, I've been able to be extremely successful and uncover other opportunities. The reason that I joined IM Academy was to find freedom, to find financial freedom, to be a better wife, to be a better mother, to be a better friend. And to be honest, I was really, really tired of working towards unachievable goals at my job. I was really unhappy with what I was doing. I had some other things going on that I was changing in my life. And I really just wanted to find something that would give me the opportunity to have a better future. And Forex has been it for me. I've been able to have a lot more work-life balance. I'm able to be my own boss. I'm able to control my own schedule, control my own destiny. So this opportunity has opened up an unlimited amount of doors for me. I've found friends across the United States that I've never met in person and hopefully will one day. But this is truly a family that is here to support and guide us throughout the entire way. And I've found nothing but love and support from the moment that I started. And I really couldn't be more excited to be a part of this family, to be a part of IM Academy, and to be able to focus on this wholeheartedly. So a lot of you are probably wondering, or some of you that have never been introduced to Forex. So basically, I like to start this just kind of showing what society looks like as far as how cash flows within our society. So this breaks down for you how people typically earn income. So on the left-hand side, which makes up 95% of society, you have your employees and your self-employed. So people who go to work every day, punch the clock for 40, 50, 60 hours. They exchange a lot of time and effort for an income that in most cases doesn't equal how much time and effort they put into it. You also have your self-employed, so people who are working for themselves but don't have time to enjoy it because they're trying to juggle too many different balls. On the right-hand side, we have the other 5% of society. So you have your business owners, people who have put in place systems to allow other people to work for them and build their assets. And then you have that 1%, the investor. So that's us, the Forex traders. For them, they have money that's working for them all hours of the day. I wake up in the morning and my trades have played out, and quite honestly, I don't have to trade all day, every day. I don't have to sit in front of my computer all day, every day. I don't have to be attached to my phone. I have that option to choose when I'm going to trade. And there are nights when I put a trade in before I go to sleep and I wake up in the morning and I've met my trading goal, and that's it. I'm done for the day. I have the rest of my day to go to lunch with my girlfriends, to hang out with my kids, to take my husband to lunch, whatever I feel like doing, I have that option. So I always like to kind of show, because I thought that that was very interesting. I thought that, you know, it would be a little bit different, but this is definitely was eye-opening for me when it was shared. So again, for those of you that are new to this opportunity, what exactly is Forex? So it's the foreign exchange market. So when you visit Canada, you visit Mexico, you go overseas, you visit another country, you have to exchange your local currency for that local currency. The cool thing about Forex is we don't actually have to physically own a peso or a euro or a British pound or a Canadian dollar or anything like that. We don't have to physically own these things just to be able to trade in the market. We're able to fund an account and we can make money off of currencies gaining and losing strength. It's the largest and most liquid financial market in the world. $6.6 trillion per day, people. Not month, not year, per day, $6.6 trillion. The market is always there for you. The Forex market is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So if you're in Eastern Standard Time like I am, the market opens at Sunday night at 5 p.m. and it closes on Friday night at 5 p.m. So you have the opportunity to trade 24 hours a day. You have the opportunity to base your trade and your leverage on whatever your account size is. So you don't have to be already having a significant amount of money in your savings. You don't have to have a significant amount of money to put it down. I started my first trading account with $100 and was still profitable and able to join and grow my account. We have the option to practice how we're going to trade. So you're not just going to put in your investment and practice on that. We have accounts that we're able to practice on and learn how to actually trade before we're using our real money. And who actually trades in the Forex market? Your bank. When you make a deposit at your bank takes that money, invests it in the foreign exchange market, and they give you what? How many of you made more than 10 cents last year on your savings account? I worked in retail banking for 10 years. You know how many people I saw that didn't even get a 1099 for their savings accounts because they didn't make over $10 for the year? I'm going to tell you a majority of my customers did not receive any type of income from their savings account when I worked at the bank. But your bank knows about Forex, and this is what they've been doing. You all have been involved in Forex, not even knowing it. You have hedge fund traders, you have the government, and then you have us, retail traders, people who have taken on this opportunity and learned how to grow their wealth. And you can do it right from your cell phone. You can do it from your tablet. You can do it from your laptop, your desktop, wherever you are. You don't have to be at home. You can be on the beach. You can be flying in the air. It's amazing. So leading up to that, now that we kind of understand what Forex is, it's not a get-rich scheme. It's not something that you're going to be a millionaire overnight. It's a skill set that we're going to teach you, that the team is going to help you with, that you're going to have IM Academy to fall back on and learn, you know, from the basics, just like a online college course. So welcome to Foreign Exchange. Welcome to IM Academy. IM Academy has actually created what is very similar to an online college. So an educational platform right online that gives you the ability to learn how to trade. They've made it very, very simple. They've broken it down so that you have a curriculum available to you. You have live educators who are going to teach you how. You have something similar to Twitter, where those live educators are going to tell you what they're thinking about certain trades. You also have other tools that are going to be available to you that will allow you to build your wealth while you're learning. And we do all of this through IM Center. And I'm going to show all of you this here right now. So let me switch over. So IM Center is our educational platform that we have available. And on here, again, I would compare this to an online college. So your University of Phoenix, your local college that offers online classes, all of that. So they have actually put together a whole website strictly for people who want to understand and learn how to trade within the Forex market. And you can do this at your leisure. You can do this whether you're a full-time employed right now, whether you are going to school, whatever works for your schedule. You don't have to commit 100% of your time to this. You have the ability to take advantage of the curriculum at your leisure. So I just want to show you here. So we have here in the academies, most of the major languages. So not only are we teaching in English, we're also teaching in other major languages across the world. So they're supportive of, you know, being able to provide this opportunity to people worldwide. When you go into that curriculum, again, I'll compare it to college. So you have your 100 series, you have your 200, your 300, your 400. So your freshman, your sophomore, your junior, and your senior year. They give you a significant amount of videos, courses, quizzes, things that are going to teach you what is Forex, what's actually traded in Forex, who participates in it, when do we buy versus sell, and basically, you know, all of those different things. It's going to teach you the basics of that. So you have that right at your fingertips. The other great thing is you have access to hundreds of live educators across the world as well. So took it another step. So for those of you who might not be able to learn just by watching a video, I need to be able to interact with someone. I want to be able to ask questions. They made Go Live. So Go Live is very similar to what we're on right now. I would compare it to a Zoom, but on a much bigger course. So we have all of these educators that are available to us, basics, advanced. If you want to learn about digital currencies like Bitcoin, Cardano, all of those things. If you want to be able to have some mindset, all of that, we have the ability to tune in with educators that are going to teach you about those things. Now, over here in our advanced tab, we have 2 educators who are actually a part of our team, who actually teach and help support the actual team that I am on. Our first educator is Stevenson Lindor. He is a 33-year-old 7-figure trader. He teaches live on Go Live 3 nights a week. So 2 nights he does like a weekly outlook where he breaks down the market and shows his best and most profitable trades that he's looking at. And then he also has one of the tools that IM Academy offers that he teaches on as well. Our team actually gets to trade alongside with him in the mornings. He does private trainings just for our team. So not all of IM Academy, just our team that we've built here. And then we also have Marios. Marios is actually 24 years old. Decided that college really wasn't going to be his thing when he found Forex. He is he made 6 figures in his first year. Marios actually lives in Greece, and he teaches in English and in Greek, which is really, really cool. So Marios is actually one of the mentors on our team as well. He actually helps support our team, gives us trade ideas, different things like that. So just out of those hundreds of educators, we have 2 that are connected directly to us here with our team specifically, which is amazing. So I mentioned earlier as well that there are some other resources here in IM Academy. And one of my favorite resources is a tool that they have provided, which is called the harmonic scanner. So the harmonic scanner actually scans the market and looks for trade opportunities for you while you're learning. So you're not just going to be learning like you would at college. So when you're in college, what do? You study, you work at McDonald's, you work at Burger King, you work on campus, you bartend at night, you do everything you can to earn every little penny that you can while putting yourself in debt to go to college, right? Not here. So the difference is with this strategy and with the team setting, we're going to teach you how to take trades so that you can be profitable while you're doing your education. So we have several different tools that are available for us to take advantage of that will help you look for trades, but the harmonic scanner comes right with your package if you enroll in the IM Academy resource. What it does is it actually looks for different patterns in the market, and as you can see, it calls trades throughout the day that we can take advantage of. It gives you the entry point, it tells you where to place your stop loss, it tells you where to put your take profits so that you know where they're anticipating the market to move to. So even if you don't even know everything about trading in and out, you have this tool to fall back on. I can tell you that no one when I was in college was saying, hey, Chelsea, I know that you'd like to be a doctor one day. Why don't you come and do surgery after your English class my first year? They weren't doing that. But here you get the support so that you're actually learning how to trade while you're doing your education. You have the opportunity to be profitable while you're doing your education. And I just think that that is an amazing resource, and not every single platform or educational platform is going to give somebody the opportunity to do so. Not only do we have the harmonic scanner, but we also have in our team chat the opportunity to learn about trades that some of the mentors in our group are looking at. So right here, Stevenson Lindor that I just showed you guys, he's calling trades for us to take. He's showing us exactly what he's looking at, the entry points, the stop losses, the take profits, all of that. So again, another opportunity. We have Terrell, we have Gwen, we have Marios. There's some other mentors in here that give us trade ideas so that we're able to still continue to be profitable while we're learning. And then we also have an IM Academy bootcamp. So for those of you who, again, aren't really great at just watching a video and soaking it in, we have an educator who's taken it upon himself to teach just the basics every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning. You can attend a live classroom setting with him, ask him questions, get a better understanding, all of that. And then the way that we actually look at the market would be through TradingView. So TradingView is a free website that we utilize to take a look at the Forex pairs. Some people who trade in the stock market utilize this resource as well. The difference between Forex and the stock market is, one, again, you don't have to buy anything to make money. You don't have to buy low and wait to sell high. We're able to make money as the market moves up and as the market moves down. So if there's, you know, a major crash in the economy somewhere in the world, we're making money off of it. If the US dollar is gaining strength, we're making money off of it. If the US dollar is losing strength, we're making money off of it. So it's not going to be a situation where one day you're just not going to be profitable because something is in a recession or something has lost strength. We make money both ways. And then what we teach here in our group is to look for the patterns so that we can analyze the market. So we have the opportunity to learn in depth in trainings, through your courses, things like that, where you can learn in depth what that's going to look like. You use an app right from your phone to enter your trades. So you don't have to be stuck at home. You can be walking around and modifying your trades. You can take your profits and go buy a pair of shoes. You can do whatever you want on the go as long as you have a smartphone. Okay, so at this point, do we have any questions? I do have a couple of other things I'm going to show you, but I want to take a minute just to see if there's any questions out there that I can answer. All right. So the biggest question that I get is, so Chelsea, how do I start? What do I need to do? What's the catch? And this is the part where people kind of get a little uncomfortable, but we get through it. So for the IM Academy education, your startup cost is going to be just right around $235 a month. Now, $235 a month, what does that mean? That means you get access to the whole IM Mastery Academy. You get access to the curriculum. You get access to the IM educators. You get access to the harmonic scanner. On top of that, by joining this team specifically, you get personal access to some of the IM educators that you can, ask personal questions to. You have a team of traders who are going to show you their trade ideas, who are going to show you what they're looking at. So again, in our team chat, look at this. You're looking for a trade, you're going to find it. This is still just today. People are dropping charts. This is what I'm looking at. This is what I see is going to happen. All of that. You're never going to be alone. You're never going to be in a situation where you're not learning, where you're not able to be profitable. You have a whole team that's going to sit behind you, hold your hand, get you through it. And I had a team that did the same exact thing for me. And I have worked with several teams in my corporate life, prior to corporate life. There is not a single team on this world that is going to support and help you grow and want to see you grow and thrive more than this team. So not only do you pay your first month, which gets you access to both IM Academy as well as our personal team. The funds go directly towards IM Academy. That's not going to be going to me. It's not going to be going to the team. It's not going to be going to the person who signed you up. That goes right to IM Academy for your education. Now, here's the part where everybody's like, ugh, $235? Come on, Chelsea. That's a little, I can't pay $235, but I want to challenge you. I bet if you open your bank account and you reviewed your last month's bank statement, how much money did you spend on fast food, clothes, cable that you probably don't utilize because you stream on Netflix and Disney Plus and Hulu, shoes, all kinds of crazy things that you spend money. Starbucks. How many of you spend $6 a day on Starbucks? So what if I told you that you could get one whole year of IM education for less than $6 a day? Skip that coffee. Skip that Big Mac, that meal. Skip those new Jordans and wait until they didn't just release and buy them a little bit cheaper. You don't need those brand new jeans. I promise you, this is going to be something that's going to change your life. So after that $235, you're going to pay $175 a month. But again, this is the catch. This is something that college doesn't offer you. So college is going to offer scholarships to certain individuals who have certain GPAs, who have a certain ACT or SAT score, right? No, I Am Academy offers every single one of their students a scholarship. What do you have to do? Share it with 2 friends. That's all you have to do. So you see this opportunity. How can this help my sister? How can this help my best friend? How can this help my wife, my husband, my kids, my parents, who are probably going to be working until they're 75 rather than 65 because they weren't able to put enough into their 401k or their retirement plan, or because they spent that extra money to put you through college. You're going to have the opportunity to share this with people. And you don't have to share it in a way where we're forcing people to sign up or anything. You're going to share it just like this to see the opportunity available for people to make money, to grow their accounts, and to be successful and to find that financial freedom. What am I using my I Am Academy for? I'm using my I Am Academy to save, to put my 3 daughters through college. I'm using I Am Academy to pay down my student loan debt that I racked up for a degree that I never used because I graduated right when everything crashed in 2008. There weren't jobs available. So what did I do? I took an entry-level position as a teller at a bank making $10.65 an hour with $130,000 in student loan debt. I couldn't even pay my student loans when I graduated college. And I stayed in banking for 10 years. But here I am because I found this opportunity because someone shared with me the opportunity to increase my wealth, to increase my household, to increase the balances that I have. This is something that will change your life. So if you want to have a different 2020 than you had in 2019, join us. I promise you that it's worth it. I promise that you will have a whole group of people behind you helping you learn. If this isn't for you, that's fine. Share it with someone that it might be for, because this opportunity will change someone's life. It might not be yours today, but it will change somebody's life. Now, I want to take a second to open this up and ask my personal mentor, Guenevere, to talk about how this opportunity has been able to change her life and some of the other students that she has helped along the way. So, Gwen, if you'd like to go ahead and unmute yourself, I'll turn it over to you.
How's everyone doing tonight? I might sound a little unclear. I might have a little bit of a lag. I'm sitting in a hotel, sitting on the steps, letting my grandchildren enjoy some DoorDash in the room. The one thing I can tell you about Forex, it allowed me to leave a 6-figure job to be able to come home and enjoy my family and enjoy my family time. So I just want to ask you, if someone had taught you how to invest 5 years ago, how would your life be different today? Because I only got introduced to investing 2 years ago. And not only have I been able to leave my job, but different people who came in and joined the team, they've either retired their spouse or, like Jamie, just paid off a brand new BMW. My brother had a $19,000 a month trading because I introduced him to trading and helped him learn how to trade. We just have so many success stories, and it's all because somebody taught us about investing. And, you know, I'm a grandmother, and at the age of 52, I'm one of those parents who grew up in a poor family. So I always said, when I grow up, I'm going to give my child everything my parents couldn't give me. But now, since I've learned about investing, I see that that's the worst mentality we could have. We should teach our children everything our parents were not able to teach us. My parents couldn't teach me about investing. They had to crop tobacco. They had to pick cucumbers. They had to do jobs that some of you probably think are beneath you to pay the bill to raise their families. But because somebody has introduced me to investing, that's something that my children and my grandchildren will never have to do, because now I'm teaching them the things that nobody could teach me, because I'm from one of the poorest communities in the whole country. And this is something that I was proud to bring back home to my people, because now I've seen people in my community be able to trade and learn and invest and change their whole lives. You know, if I start name dropping, if I say Warren Buffett, you're going to say, oh, don't compare yourself to him. He's a multi-billionaire. What if I told you he was born to a middle-class family? He wasn't born rich. He was a 12-year-old whose dad was a trader, and he sat down, he said, I want to learn how to trade. He fell in love with it. Now he is one of the richest people in the world. Or the movie, The Pursuit of Happiness. People don't realize that's a true story. This man was hungry, homeless, sleeping in bathrooms with his child, and he took a 6-month internship. Instead of paying 6 months of education, he went and worked for somebody 6 months for free, made them millions of dollars. Now he's worth $60 million today because he did what he had to do to learn to invest. And George Soros, a lot of people know him. He owns Virgin Records, Virgin Airlines. I know he owns a sports team. I'm not a big sports fanatic, so I can't tell you which team he owns. But he made $1 billion trading in one day. And all of these people started the same way I started. Yes, they got to start younger than me, so they got a little bit of a head start than me. But I know that because of what I'm learning to do, I'm going to be able to teach my children and my grandchildren. My brother's already trading. I got another brother who's joined, and so many people from my hometown. And, you know, just seeing people come into this, there's people been in here a month that might have made couple $100 already. There's people been in here 6 months that I've seen them have $500 to $1,000 days. So it's just a phenomenal opportunity. I had someone post on my page the other day that when the market crashed last week, his account, his 401k, went down by 20% overnight. And one night, everything he had worked 15 years for went down by 20%. So just imagine that's $100,000. He lost $20,000 overnight, and he was helpless. There was nothing he could do. And all I could say to him was, well, we made money. Forex traders make money when markets crash. So if you're afraid to take a step out and learn about investing, just know that you won't be here by yourself, that we're here to help you every step of the way. And if you have any questions, we're here to help you answer those questions. So don't be afraid to take that leap of faith to change your life financially. As Chelsea said, if you make $5 or if you make $5,000, it's 100% yours. This is an online education that you're doing for you and for no one else. And we would love to have you on the team.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gwen. So at this point, I am going to end this part of our session. If you are interested in moving forward, if you have additional questions, go ahead and go back to the person who invited you here, who sent you the link to get to this meeting itself. If you have any questions or anything like that, they can definitely help you along the way. They can also get you set up if you've decided to take advantage of the opportunity. I promise you it is life-changing and it is worth it, but it will definitely be worth the investment, because you have the opportunity to make your cost back, your tuition costs back so quickly, you'll be surprised. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take a 5-minute break, and then for anyone who wants to hop on and see what we actually do day in and day out, how we analyze the market, you're more than welcome to stay on with us. I'm gonna just take a little bit of a break just so that I can get some water, take a potty break, all of that fun stuff. But for anyone who wants to stay on, like I said, just stay on, and I will be back in just a couple of minutes.
Hey, Chelsea, I'll stay on those 5 minutes. If anybody has any questions and wants to unmute yourself, I'll be glad to chat with you guys. Anybody got any questions about trading, success stories, horror stories, anything. You guys feel free to ask. I've had a long day. I've been flying since 5:30 a.m. Brought the grandkids from Seattle, Washington over to Fort Bragg. Their dad got PCS'd out here. So we're held up in a hotel until their home gets some utilities and things turned on tomorrow. So is there anybody here that's brand new, that you don't know anything about Forex, you don't know anything about trading or investing? What are some of your questions, your concerns, your curiosities? There's an unmute button. You can unmute yourself and ask a question. No questions? Any of the new people that started trading? How are things going for you guys? How's everybody doing? I saw some people dropping some profits in the chat, making money this week already. It's only, today's Monday, and I see people already making close to $1,000. I know I dropped some profits. I had made about 1,200 bucks on one trade. Well, you guys are a quiet crowd tonight.
We definitely made some money.
What's up, Lorenzo?
What's going on, Gwen?
Just sitting here getting ready to go take a long hot bubble bath. That was a long flight, man, coming from the West Coast to the East Coast. Of course, unfortunately, there were a couple of the coronavirus deaths out there while we were out there. I said it would happen while I was out there. So I know you guys may not know Lorenzo is Chalcuje's husband. They use the tool, the harmonic scanner, to use some of their trade setups. And Lorenzo can tell them about the harmonic scanner, how it's been for Lorenzo.
The harmonic scanner, I probably started using it probably like 1.5 years ago. And what this team has evolved to is just, from when I first started to now, what you guys are walking into is like a gold mine. But I personally started using the harmonic scanner probably like 1.5 years ago, and just the ease of it, for it to tell you where to enter the market, where your stop loss is supposed to be, and take profits, and it's constantly calling trades. That alone takes a lot of the pressure of trading off of you. I have made a significant amount of money taking the harmonic scanner trades, as well as learning through this platform. I owe Gigi a lot. She's worked with me a lot. And it literally has transformed my family, gave us the ability for Chelsea to stop working, which some of you I personally know that we both came from, like, I'm an investment banker, she was a banker, so we had pretty good jobs. So that can tell you how significant of income you can make doing this, for us to just say it's not worth it to be at our jobs anymore. So, but the harmonic scanner will definitely let you earn while you learn. And the format that the team has makes it just makes it hard for you to really to lose. If you follow the instructions and how we set things up, I mean, it's pretty hard to lose.
Yeah, I can tell you, a personal friend of mine, his dad and my dad worked together over 20 years, and I had no idea he was a Forex trader. And he saw that I was posting about it and dropping some trades on Facebook, so he started messaging me, and I saw him make over $400,000 in 1 week. Because of the Turkish lira. They had a bunch of political things going on over there. But he had taken 8 years to teach himself. So he didn't have this opportunity we have. So he was amazed at how much I had learned and how fast I had learned it. Because when he started learning to trade, there was nothing like this available. And the people who would teach you was like a minimum of $25,000 to give you private classes. I know the gentleman who started the school that we have now, it used to cost like $25,000 to get him in a room to teach. And he was like, there has to be a better way to bring this to people at a more affordable price. So he started the online school. So guys, Forex has been around since World War II. But before, like the internet, people traded on pencil and paper, and you had to have a broker who would keep like 40% of your earnings. You know, the internet came along and just changed the game. So now you can trade for yourself. You can start with $50 in a trading account. Whereas years ago, you had to have like $100,000 liquid capital in an account. So the game has really changed the last few years. So you're here at the perfect time. Anybody else got any questions before Chelsea jumps back on and we look at the?
I've got a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
About how long does it take to go through the 4 steps she mentioned, like the sophomore, junior, senior thing? About how long would that take?
I'll tell you like this. For me, it didn't take long because I was like, this was like my new passion. I've seen people that made 6 figures in 7 months, and I've seen people it took 3 years to make 6 figures. So every journey is different. It just depends on you, what your financial goals are, and how much you put into this. Everybody can learn to trade. Everybody can be successful, but I know we have people on the team that have different goals. Like we have people who work full time and they're close to retirement, so they're not ready to trade full time yet. They just want a couple extra dollars every week, and they might make $500 or $1,000. But then we have people who are doing it full time, making $500 to $1,000 a day. And the biggest earnings I've seen on our team was like a $16,000 a day. So everybody's journey is different. So yeah, it's just going to depend on the individual. And that's why, a lot of people, they say, well, my friends say they want to see if I make money first. I'm like, well, your friend's crazy because they could end up making 6 figures before you do. Because like when I introduced my brother to it, I deployed to Afghanistan. He ended up making 6 figures before I did. So what if he had waited to see what I was going to do? He would have been shooting himself in the foot. So yeah, never base your success on somebody else's. It's going to be a personal journey. Some people might look at the market 30 minutes to an hour every day, and some people might just study on the weekend. So like Terrell made 6 figures in 7 months. He only traded 2 or 3 days a week. He worked full time. So yeah, everybody's journey is just different.
Okay. I had another question about how much would it take to make $1,000 in one day? Like, about how much would I have to invest?
It's going to depend on your skill level. I know people who can flip $1,000 to $1,000 in a day and double it. And then people who are lower risk, like 2% risk, they could take $1,000 account and double it in a month.
Okay.
I think, Chelsea, you had a 60% growth one day, and it's going to depend on how the market grows. Some days we double our accounts depending on what kind of trade setup we catch. Like I have one trader, he drives a tractor trailer, and he'll start with like $1,000, and his goal is to flip it, withdraw that 1,000 and flip again, and he'll do that every week or 2.
Wow. Pretty cool.
Takes long-term trades. He'll take a trade set up and hold it 2, 3, or 4 days. So yeah.
Okay.
Some people are low risk and trade at 1% to 2%. Some people are like moderate risk at 3%, and then some people are higher risk at 5%. But I tell all new traders to never go over 1 or 2%.
Okay.
Hey guys.
So to go back to that, I actually between last Friday and today by 9:30 a.m. I doubled my account. So I made 100%. I had 100% return of investment just trading Friday and today, and I was done trading by 10:30 this morning.
That's amazing.
So Micah, you had asked, kind of what it would look like. You don't, like I said earlier, you don't have to trade every single day. So you can actually adjust this. This is just a chart that I use to kind of help manage proper risk and how I want to grow my account. I follow this plan. It essentially allows me to grow my account by 30% each week and take a 10% withdrawal. So starting, if you were to start your account with $1,000, right here, it's basically going to tell you what you would need to leverage or what you would need to earn. So here, if you traded only 4 days a week, Your daily goal would be $75 a day. At the end of the week, you would have $1,300 and you would be able to withdraw 130.
Right.
So it basically breaks down week by week here. So your starting balance is here. And as you increase it, you can change the balance if you want to keep, just showing how that's going to compound. But basically, if you just compound what is in your account, so by the end of the first month, if you start with that $1,000, your ending balance, you would have doubled your account. You would have been able to withdraw $668. So that's almost 3 times the amount that you would have spent to pay for your education. So just by using, and that's using proper risk management. So we're not over leveraging, you're not risking way too much. So if you just stay within those guidelines and you set a goal for yourself, I mean, right here, so out to week 34, so that's what, like 8 months? These are your numbers here. So
Oh, wow.
that's 6 figures. And of course, I mean, you're gonna have to, learn it. But we have the opportunity to grow our accounts. I followed this plan diligently. The biggest thing about trading is to have, the best mindset that you can possibly have, to have patience and wait for the best setups.
Right.
There's 50 plus pairs that we can trade. Most of us trade 2 to 3 a week and we hit our goal. So if you focus on the best setups, you stick to your goal, your account's going to compound and grow, and stay that way. So, even to outweigh, just the cost of the education and things like that. I mean, and, like I said, when I first started, I started my account with $100.
Right.
So, I mean, you can literally, some people start their account with as little as $50. I mean, you don't have to have a significant investment. Right now it's tax season, so some people have a little bit extra cushion. But if you have that ability to, have that patience and the mindset and be coachable and stay in tune and, tune into the education and everything, you're going to be successful.
Cool deal.
Okay.
Question.
Go ahead.
Yes, this is James. My question
James.
is, how you doing?
Good.
My question is there a certain amount of money that you could withdraw? Like, is it a cap on if you put some money into it, and then how liquid is it basically? Or is it locked in?
So it's not locked in, it's liquid. I mean, you have to wait the time for it to process. Usually within the same day it processes. So, I mean, it's just as liquid as you having like an online bank account that you wouldn't be able to walk into a brick and mortar
Let me
branch.
add something to that.
Go ahead.
I want to add something to that. First of all, we must say we are not tax advisors, but I can tell you, if you withdraw more than $10,000 at one time, you're gonna have to fill out that little form. Some of my friends whose accounts are so big, they've been advised to do a trust account to pay themselves. So it's really gonna, like, if I withdraw, I withdrew $4,000 one day, got it like 2 hours later, never had any issues. But like, you can withdraw as much as you want. It's your account, you own it. It's completely liquid. If you had $100,000, you could withdraw it the same day. But then you're gonna have the tax repercussions and explaining, like if you haven't set up an LLC or a trust fund or something, like the bank's like, how did you get $100,000 all of a sudden?
Okay.
But it's capital gains. It's not taxed like everything else. So you can write off your internet, your cell phone, your computer, travel, anything like that.
Okay.
If I'm correct, I think capital gains is only 15%. It's much less. Like if you make $100,000 at your job, you're going to get taxed like 35 or 40%. And I think capital gains is only 15%. But then you can make yourself an LLC and write off almost everything.
Does that answer your question, James?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Awesome. You're so welcome. Okay, so before we get over into marking up the charts, are there any other questions? I don't want to miss anybody if we have questions or anything like that. Okay, so we're going to transition over to our regular Monday night training. So again, we talked earlier about proper risk management. So we have, you know, based on how much you're going to have in your account, you're going to want to follow within those guidelines to make sure that you're properly increasing that account. If you're over leveraging, if you're over trading, if you're wagering more than what the reward's going to be, you know, that's very risky. So there's a lot of common things that we do as new traders, but the great part is we have a significant amount of education that teaches us how to not do that. We learn the strategies that we need to learn to properly enter a trade or decide when we're going to enter a trade. Again, we're not gambling. We're not looking to be millionaires overnight. So we don't want to hurry up and take our $50 account and risk it all on one trade. The market, again, is always open. You have the opportunity to grow your account at any time. You don't have to trade every single day. You want to wait and be patient for what's going to be the most profitable situation for you. And then, you know, having that mindset where you're going to stick to a goal. So today, I want to make 30% on my account, or this week I want to make 30% on my account. You use the bar graph and decide what is the, you know, proper leverage for you, for your account size. We have a lot of tools that you have available to you to be able to determine that. On top of that, you're going to have mentors and educators who are going to teach you how to properly understand that. And, you know, we have this chart here that will kind of allow you to break down, you know, if I'm starting my account with $20, I really shouldn't be wagering, you know, more than here. If I have over a $5,000 account, I can, you know, kind of do some of those larger lot sizes. And it's different for the Forex pairs for cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, or for the indices like US 30, German 30, you know, some of the other major pairs that we can look at that move a little bit more volatile. And then just to break down, so again, the market's open 24 hours a day. So you got to think the market is open worldwide. So it's not just based on when the New York stock market is open. It's open all day, every day. So we have our Sydney session, we have our Tokyo session, we have our London session, we have the New York session. Some of the most profitable sessions are going to be when different sessions are overlapping. So you can see between 8 and 12, London and New York are overlapping. So you're going to see a lot of the pairs move a lot better during those times. You can see that Sydney and Tokyo overlap. So it's the Asian session. So in these different sessions, you're going to look for different pairs to move, and you learn that through your curriculum. You learn that through everything. And then, you know, there's different confirmations that you want to look at before you're taking a trade. So, you know, are you trading with the trend? If a pair is at the highest that it's ever been, do you really think that you should be buying it? Because it's probably a little bit more risky than waiting to see what's actually going to play out. Are you entering at the appropriate time? Are you using additional confirmations like the harmonic scanner tool, like different indicators and things like that we use on TradingView? So there's a lot of different, confirmations that you'll learn along the way to make sure that you are risking the least and gaining the most reward. Now, in our group, and from the educators that we follow, we learn market structure and how to do a top-down analysis on a chart. And for those of you that aren't, super familiar with Forex, or this is your first time learning and understanding about it, this is going to look like a whole bunch or a pattern. Okay, sorry, it reconnected. On the daily, again, we're looking for a different trend or a pattern. And then on the lower time frames is when we're actually looking for our entry. So we're looking at how the market moves. The market makes different patterns. It generally moves in 3 different directions. So you have your impulse, you have your correction, and you have your continuation. So this would be if the market is moving in an upwards direction or a currency is gaining strength. So we're buying up, the correction is going to be a sell, and then it's going to continue buying up. If the market is in a downtrend, or if a certain pair is in a downtrend, we have our impulse down, we have our correction that's going to buy up, and then we have our continuation going down. Now, these are just lines, right? You're like, wow, okay, when I look at the chart, I don't see that. So this is actually Bitcoin from a couple of weeks ago. So here, you're identifying, you have your impulse. We can see here that we're in an overall uptrend. We have our impulse, we have our correction where it pulled back and tested that trend line. It continued to the top. And then because it came to
Hey, when you redraw, don't use the audio. Just use audio on one of them.
Okay. I was logged in I was logged in twice to try and talk to you guys. It's, okay. So we have a reversal pattern, and then it corrected. We had our impulse to the upside, and then our correction, and then here we were looking for it to continue from the bottom of the flag. So what we're able to do with market structure is identify these patterns and then determine where the market is going to move next. So it's not just a guessing game. There is, some technical skills that you're going to have to learn throughout the process. But it's definitely something that you're able to learn just by studying and staying in tune with the different trainings and things like that. Okay, so let's go over to the charts. We'll mark up a couple of charts. Are there any certain pairs that anybody's looking at this week? If not, we can kind of try and pull something off of the harmonic scanner and mark that up. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so Stephanie, you want to look at EuroCAD? Militia oil. Okay. Euro Chef. Does anyone want to mark up in front of us? I feel like you guys get tired of listening to me talk and mark up. Anybody want to share their screen and mark one up? No brave volunteers tonight?
Let's volunteer somebody.
Huh.
Come on, Grant. You got it.
Yeah, we never get to see Grant chart. Grant's quiet. All right, let's think on it. I'll do one pair and then the next one. Let me turn these off.
I see Dr. Judy, her and her husband Cliff. They're really good at charting up. Maybe they'll volunteer.
Okay. Randy said he's on his phone, so he's out. You don't want to chart on your phone, Randy? Super easy, not. All right, so on our monthly, let me clear this. What are we looking for on our monthly? Talk to me, guys.
The highs and the lows.
Highs and lows.
Awesome. I'm gonna put a little ray there, just because it might go in and fill that area in. And then there too. Weekly, what are we looking for?
Trend.
Are we in a downtrend or an uptrend?
Down.
So you can already see the patterns creating. Also, so if I move it here, price came to this area and reversed up. On our daily, are we still in a downtrend or do we need to put another trend line?
And move on.
You said leave it?
I would probably show that break, but you got to get a retest. So either way, that's a really nice impulse and it took out the previous high.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it should go. there, impulse, correction, continuation, descending channel, and up, first back down.
You had a continuation and then you got a reversal.
Yeah.
I would look for a retest and buy that sucker.
So let's drop her down. So here on the 4 hour, got our impulse. Did we get a flag for a correction, or did we get a reversal pattern that indicated that it was going to move up? Nice little descending channel. Came down and tested that low and moved up. So here, I want to see if this is actually going to flag and retest this area and then continue to the upside. Now, if we're buying, do we want to buy from the bottom of a flag or a correction, or do we want to buy from the top?
The bottom, eh?
Yep. So your risky entry would be to buy every time it retests the bottom of that flag area. If you want to wait for it to impulse out of the flag, then you would wait for it to retest and then continue.
Would you want to look west and see what it did in the past?
Yeah, you always want to look left and be cognizant of where you are in the market itself. It's always better to do that on the higher time frame. So as you can see, like in this area, it's struggled in the past to break through. So see how prices come there, even back to here, has come there and struggled to break through. Again there. So I would definitely wait and see what you're actually going to get. Wait for it to make a proper flag. Let's drop down one more and see what it's doing. As you can see here, it's almost making like an expanded. We really want to know. You're getting a little bit of a, so you have an impulse down. You have your correction. So you're getting a little bit of a flag there. So there's patterns within patterns. It's going to pull back down here. Then go back up, and you'll wait to see if it's actually going to give you a reversal pattern and come back down, or if it's going to break through the structure for its continuation up. But you want to look every time price comes to these areas at the bottom, you want to look for your entry. So just looking, if you pull a fib, I mean, that was a pretty strong impulse on the higher time frames. I mean, it pretty much shot up, what, 600 pips in 19 days without like an actual correction. So you're probably going to get a deep pullback, but I would definitely watch it in those areas where prices struggled to break before. Anyone have thoughts on that?
Would you possibly jump down to the 5 minute and see what it did before it ever got here? Just,
Yep.
just greens?
So this is what? That's Friday. So this is where the market opened. It opened with a little bit of a gap there. You had your impulse, some consolidation there, moved back up, got a reversal pattern there, moved back up, got a reversal pattern there to move back down. Right now we're getting a correction. Does that help you, Michael?
Yes. Even on the 5 minute, it looks like it's having trouble making decisions, so you have to wait.
Oh yeah, definitely the patience and, you know, waiting for that actual, you know, your confirmations. And you can use, you know, the MACD crossover. You can use, you know, the engulfing candles for your entry. You can use EMAs, you know, whatever makes it easiest for you to be able to have those confirmations. I'm not quite at the point where I can just see it and trade it. I need those additional confirmations. So utilizing those tools, and I know if you use the MACD, you can actually set alerts right on there. So every time the MACD, you know, gets retested, you can set an alert so that TradingView will let you know, when it's retesting. So you don't have to sit at your computer and wait for that. Same thing if you use EMAs, you can, set an alert when those are crossing. You can set alerts on your trend lines. You can set alerts at a certain price point. So you don't necessarily have to have a line there. You can set an alert right at a certain price point. I see price, if it's going to come to this area, I want to look and see if I'm going to buy. Now, just because it came to that area, you don't want to just buy or sell. You want to have your confirmations of, why you're going to buy or sell. Just because someone says, well, I see, so here I am, I see Euro CAD buying when it pulls to the bottom of this flag at 1.47245. Who am I? This is your account, this is your money. So, definitely use your confirmations when you're entering trades and things like that. Even using the harmonic scanner, we have different confirmations that we use. So I would just watch this one at this point, see what it's going to do. Right now, the flag itself, even not including the expansion, is 160 pips. So if you want to quote unquote scalp, if you're a swing trader, that, you could do that. It shot up pretty aggressively. It's been moving up, broke through that trend line, broke through that downtrend. So, there's a couple of different opportunities there. But I would just be patient and use your confirmations to make sure of what it's actually going to do and what price action is actually doing for you. All right, so where's my brave volunteers? Grant, Kathleen, Michael, you sound like you know what you're doing.
I'm a little bit behind you. My mentor is working on me.
We're all a work in progress.
Y'all know what I tell everybody, you get better by marking up in front of people.
That sounds like a challenge. The patience queen is challenging me. What am I going to do?
I think you should do it.
Okay, hook me up. I'll try.
All right, I'm going to stop my share. You can share your screen.
I hope I don't embarrass myself.
You're not going to embarrass yourself. We're all here to learn. And we'll help you.
Let me get trading view on my left screen.
Everybody drop some ones in the chat because I know how intimidating it is to mark up in front of everybody.
No.
So let's give some love to Michael.
What pair do we want me to do?
I had two people, so I had requests for oil and I had a request for Euro Swiss franc, but whatever you're comfortable with, Michael. If you're looking at a certain thing.
Nope, I'm not. Euro Swiss franc sounds good to me. Euro CHF. Oh, I did this one already, but I'm going to empty it. Let me see. Let me share my screen. I'm looking for the, oh, there it is. I'm looking at my MT4. Sorry, my bad. Stop share. Share. I think this is it. I get it right?
There you go.
3 years of college. Okay, let me start from the beginning. Okay, so let me start on the monthly. Okay, so I'm thinking this would be my high. This is, I don't need to go back to 2015. Oops. What am I doing? My high. And horizontal line. My low, 2017, 2015. I don't think we want to go back that far. So there's my low. Now I want to go to my weekly.
Michael, you're a pro. I don't know what you're talking about.
I have the patience queen as my mentor.
If your patience queen is my same patience queen, then you have a great mentor.
We do. We are blessed.
We
Okay.
sure are.
That's a downtrend. And so I'm going to go down to the, it looks a little hinky for me, so I'm going to go down to the lower time frame. And we're still in a downtrend, but we got a little bit of an uptrend going on here, I think. I'm going to leave it alone, go to the 4-hour. Okay, so we got.
I'm going to give you the infamous GG. Go ahead and zoom it out just a little bit.
You mean scrunch it?
Scrunch it in.
Like that?
Make it, nope. Use your minus button at the bottom and make it smaller. Yep.
Thank you. Does that work or more? What's the matter? Tell me.
I just
Euro Swiss franc is a choppy pair. It's going to be hard to get like a lot to the left because it's dropped really, really hard. I mean, it dropped thousands of pips.
Right.
Okay, so this is where I usually have a stop. And I'll go looking for a video to see if I can figure out the answer. We have a impulse. Not much of a correction, a little bit. And then
what if you look for the reversal pattern?
The reversal pattern.
What's one of our favorite reversal patterns that happens down there?
This engulfing candle right here, this buy.
So you had an impulse, but you didn't get a correction. What did you get?
A flag or a descending.
There you go.
Channel.
Yep.
I got one. Okay, and then it impulsed up to here, and then well, this whole thing is a flag, isn't it?
Okay, so remember, when you get to the monthly, weekly, and daily, what should you know?
What the market's doing. I'm on the
By the time you get down to your daily, you should know whether you're looking for a buy or a sell. You were right. So based on what you saw on your monthly, weekly, and daily, what are you anticipating from the market?
Well, I think we're looking for a buy here. It did impulse, and then it did a kind of a correction, and I think now it's retesting. That's only, my 2 cents.
Yeah, your Swiss franc is very choppy. It's not a smooth moving pair at all.
That's okay. I need this, but did I get it right? It's looking like it's retesting, and it's probably going to go up to the upside.
I wouldn't draw trend lines through my candles.
What did it do back here? It sold back here. Well, because it is so choppy, do you have any other choice to draw? I mean, I guess I could do one of these things.
All right, you can go down. If you don't see good, clean structure, what do you do?
Go to the lower time frame. Ugh.
So you have your descending channel.
I have my descending channel here, but I
Yep.
have,
And then it impulsed up. What did it do to make it reverse back down?
this engulfing channel right here.
So do you see like right in between your 24, like where it says 24 and 25 at the bottom of your screen? See how you had your impulse out of your descending channel? When it came up to where you have that trend line, did it give you a correction or did it give you a reversal pattern?
It gave me a reversal pattern because it started down.
Mm-hmm. So then we got a correction, right?
Yeah. See, every time I see a engulfing candle, I'm thinking this it's a reversal. So I have this buy candle here, and it went up, and this is a correction, and then it had another sell candle, so it went down, a downtrend, and then had another engulfing candle here, so it went up, and then it had another engulfing candle, it came down. Then we had another impulse here, a little bit of a correction, and this candle eclipsed that candle, so now we're in a downtrend here.
Hey, zoom out.
Like that?
Zoom out.
Zoom out. I'm sorry, you want me to scrunch it?
Zoom way out. Scrunch it up.
Scrunch it up. I can do scrunch.
Okay, go back to your 4 hour.
I'm sorry?
Go back to your 4 hour.
So we're in a
I was
correction.
trying to see if it consolidated any before it broke out of that channel, but it's just really choppy, that's all.
So we gotta wait and see what it does. Well, like just for grins, I want to go down to the 5 minute. So down there, before that ever happened, it's in a downtrend. So I think eventually this is going to be a sell. I don't know where. Let me see if I can tell where. No, didn't. It wasn't way down there for quite a while.
I think you were at the bottom.
Yeah. So
go back on your higher time frames.
So I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. This is where I get hosed up.
That's what we're here.
Because it really hasn't shown what it's going to do yet. It's just, it's trying to break out from the bottom. It just hasn't yet. It could consolidate down there for days or weeks.
Okay, so I put it in a holding.
Remember what I say, if you spend this much time trying to figure out what a pair is doing, you need to go to something else. Because if it's not showing you a good clear pattern,
okay,
it's not tradable.
Okay, I like that. Can I do another?
Absolutely.
How about this one? No? Yes?
feel like GJ moves pretty well if you're comfortable with it. Look at that drop.
So I'll start at the beginning. Oh, that's price. Okay, so this would be my high. This would be my low. Drop down to the weekly. And we're looking for a trend. So I believe I see an uptrend. Okay, I think we got an ascending channel to a flag going on here. Let me go down, daily. Please correct me if I'm talking to myself and I'm talking smack to myself.
No, so you had your impulse. It didn't give you a proper correction, right?
This would be an ascending channel, eh?
Yep, so there's an ascending channel, which resulted in what?
A flag.
That drop down.
Flags are our friends. And then to a sell.
So there's your ascending channel. And then it dropped down.
Right to the
and tested that trend line.
That is the weekly. This is the weekly trend line.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
The weekly trend line, and well, it's testing it. Let me see. Let's go down another time frame and see what the dealio is. Okay, it's still testing it. If it looks hinky, you can go down to another time frame. Okay, so we are on the 1 hour. So impulse, correction, continuation to the downside, impulse, correction, and kind of in another flag here, eh? Did I call that right?
So I personally would put my flag up at the top, see where, basically where those two red candle, there's two sell candles. I would put my flag right along that top.
Here?
Down a little bit. So right there, I would put a trend line to indicate the top of my flag there. And then move your bottom. So overall, we're on a weekly uptrend, right?
Why isn't this a reversal right here?
Right there it is, but it's a reversal at the top of that flag.
Okay.
So basically it came to that area and reversed down and is now, see how it retested your weekly trend line? And it consolidated there.
I do.
And now it's coming back up.
So I know this is a flag, but in my mind, I'm saying this is an engulfing candle, and it's a flag. Okay, yeah. So just for grins, I guess we could turn on the MACD and see what it's doing. So the lighter red candles indicate it's getting exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And a possible, well, see if something crossed. I guess I would put an alert here to see if it crossed the MACD and then wait on it. Eventually we'll have a cross.
The thing about these GBP pairs is they will consolidate within the same channel for a very long time. So if you go up to your higher time frame, go back to your daily for me. So do you see how long it created that ascending channel and just kind of bounced back and forth within that same area?
Yes. That's on the daily though.
Yep. So if you take your ruler and go from the beginning of that channel right to the end of that channel and see how many days that was.
Like this?
Go to where that channel started over to your left a little bit. So start your ruler right there. Drag it over. So right there is 137 days that it just consolidated in that area before it finally made its drop, right? And that's the thing about GBP pairs, because they move so aggressively, you'll get a strong move and then it'll consolidate within a certain channel or a certain area for so long. So because we got those three, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 3 daily strong impulses down, I have a feeling we're going to wait a little bit to see what's actually going to happen next.
But we're just looking at the, somebody's typing.
Oh, it's me. Sorry.
We're looking at the daily to find out what it's doing, but we don't really trade up here. Wouldn't we be looking down at the 1 hour?
Right. So I mean, you can take a look and see like how many pips that flag is going to be, and you can, you know, look for those short opportunities until you get a good idea of what's going to happen. I personally, because I want to see that it's going to pull back and give us a proper flag and see if it's actually going to break through that weekly trend line or if it's going to give us some kind of reversal pattern, because it's still pretty soon to try and figure out what it's actually going to do in that area, because we're retesting that trend line right now. So it's pretty much just consolidation.
So we're on the 1 hour. And we see so this is the 15-minute, and it just crossed. Would we get in here for the sell, because it just crossed the MACD? It looks like it's heading south.
So if we're selling, do we want to sell from the top of the flag or the bottom of the flag?
The bottom right here.
If we're selling. If we're buying, we want to buy low If we're selling, we want to sell high, right?
Oh, well, so I guess we would have gotten in here. But the fact that it's just crossing the MACD,
Yep.
doesn't that say that it's on its way to a?
I personally would hold off and get a good strong impulse before entering GJ. Just because it moves so aggressively.
Okay.
Um,
I'm just trying to get confirmations of when to get
yeah,
in it.
I totally understand but because we're right at that trend line area, I want a strong confirmation. So I would wait until it pulls back to the top of that flag and sell it down and see what it's going to do there, or wait for it to break out and then retest and enter off that retest. And that's just me personally.
Yeah, that's fine. So we're on the 5 minutes. So this is gonna happen on the 15 minutes. So wouldn't that indicate to you that this happened first? So on the 15 minute, we wouldn't, it just crossed here too. The EMA's crossed. So between that and the MACD, we would not. You're saying you would still wait for this thing to retest back up to here, and then go down again? I would think that this is going to head south now, and either to this take profit or this one. No.
So I'm gonna send you a request to remote in so that I can just move your screen a little bit.
Sure. Have at it.
Okay.
You see my thinking process, which
I do. No, and like
it sounds
that's
like
where it helps to be able to talk it out loud and hear it. So if we move up, so we had a really strong impulse here, right? So if we want to see this break through this structure, we want to see a good correction happen, right?
on the daily.
Yes, because you're on every single time frame, you're going to get your impulse, your correction, your continuation, your reversal pattern, your impulse, right? So any time frame that you look at. So we want to look at a good, strong correction to happen. Before we look for that next move. And I'm not saying that your analysis is wrong, because this was so strong.
It's so strong, and on the 5 minute, it looks like it's going into a sell.
Yep, but those lower time frames can fake us out. So if we drop down, what I see is, yes, we have a flag. But if we even pull a fib here.
I don't know how to use the fibs.
That's okay.
If you go into the MACD space, it'll jump around. You can kill the MACD if you need to.
Okay. So we want to see it at least pull back a little bit. It's only pulled back. This would actually be your 23. So because this is so strong, it's going to give you a good strong correction. And even dropping down, so you're looking for your engulfing candles, that's what you're looking for. This is our first, So it's going to pull back to, you know, at the least there. And it's pretty much just, you know, consolidating in that area. Let me take this off. I'll take my trend lines off there. Now looking at the smaller time frame, we have our impulse. This is our correction. So actually right now we're pretty much in the middle of that flag. So it's probably gonna, you know, it's gonna keep pushing down here. I have a feeling we'll get a reversal pattern at the bottom and it'll push back up to the top of that flag. And if you're looking for the sell, you're gonna look in these areas. But even on the 1 hour time frame, there's an engulfing, or even there. So you're gonna wanna look for it to actually pull back more before actually looking for that hard sell. Because if we sell here, it's very likely that it's gonna reverse here, and then you're gonna have all this drawdown. Because even this is the top of your flag. So if we enter here and it goes back up, that's 146 pips. Does that make sense?
Um,
I like your cursor, by the way.
Thank you. What do you see? Kite tail?
Huh?
You see the kite tail?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll send it to you. So I always thought that you look at the lower time frames. This is how my thinking is skewed. You look like I looked at the 5 minute, and this didn't happen yet up here, but it looked like it was going to sell on the lower time frames, and I would have gotten in. And you're saying I'd have been wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but the lower time frames are going to give you a different story. And even with me marking off this flag to here, where it pulled back to here, do you see right here, we're getting a little itty bitty so you have your impulse. We're not really getting a correction. Even on the 5 minute, we're getting a reversal pattern. So my thought is that it's going to reverse, you know, to this area and then pull back up to the top of that flag. And that's where you can get faked out. Because see, on the 5 minute, we're about to retest to the high, right? On the 15 minute, it's retesting to the low, which shows us that it's going to keep pushing down, but it's not pushing super aggressively. Even though the candles are shaded darkly, we're not getting an aggressive push like we would here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say that it's going to reverse somewhere in this area, push back up to the top of that flag. Does that help at all?
Well, everything I thought I knew about confirmations is now challenged. Please leave this marked up so I can.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, I'll put that back.
Did a good job. I need to focus on the confirmations. That's what's stopping me from staying in a demo instead of a live account.
The thing is, I definitely understand that. I have the same exact, I can mark up a chart, but I struggle with the confirmations as well. So you're not alone in that. But being able to walk through it with everybody else helps kind of be able to see and talk through it. And it, like, for you to be able to come on here and do this and be able to ask those questions and do it regardless of how many people are watching, it doesn't matter. Like, to be able to talk through it and be able to go back and look and see what you're looking at. Because overall, you're right.
What do you mean I'm right?
We're in an uptrend, but we want to get a good flag and see what's actually going to happen here. And those lower time frames, you're following the confirmations as far as what you've been taught to watch for the MACD to cross, to watch for your EMAs to cross, you know, all of that. So if we would have entered it's shooting up right now on the 1 minute. Probably going to see it push back down here.
On which time frame do you look at the confirmations to make an enter decision?
My overall analysis is going to happen on the higher time frames so that I can understand where I am overall. The lower time frames, I'm going to look for my entry, but I also want to be cognizant of where I am on my higher time frame. So knowing that I have my impulse or my correction or my reversal pattern, knowing where I am, because you're going to get impulses and corrections. I mean, this is a descending channel on the 1 minute. It's a descending channel on the 5 minute right here. So a descending channel is telling us what?
When the market is doing its thing.
So here we had our impulse. We had a descending channel. And then what did price do when it pulled into that trend line area?
Well, the MACD and the EMA crossed at the same time. It went up.
Yep. So then we got a correction and it continued going up. And then we got a correction and it continued going up.
Well, that's the history. So my challenge is understanding the relationship between higher and lower time frames to make an entry point decision. Because you just told me the confirmations, EMA crossing and the MACD crossing, on the videos I've seen from Stevenson, I thought that was you had a couple, 3 things going on there to make a entry decision.
Right. But you want multiple time frames to show you the same thing.
Okay, I never heard that before.
So before your entry, so if it's moving on the 30 minute, it's moving up and about to retest down. On the 15 minute, it's retesting down. On the 5-minute, you're losing momentum on that downward movement. On your 1 minute, it's moving up. But if we look at your actual candles, you can see it's starting to sell back down. To the bottom of that channel.
Okay, well, I took up a lot of time. Does somebody else want to?
No, you didn't take up a lot of time. Was it helpful for you?
I'm a little more confused than I was before. We'll just be with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
All right, everyone, please give Michael some love, because it is stressful to mark up in front of everybody and talk through something like that. So please give him some love. All
Well,
right.
At this point, I'm very hungry, and I almost don't care what I look like.
Aw. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna wrap up. I've been on here. Most of you have been on here for over 2 hours. I appreciate everyone hopping on. I appreciate everyone staying tuned in, giving the support and the love. If there's anyone on here who joined and hasn't joined the team yet and you have questions, reach out to us. I am going to drop here as well. If you want to get into contact with me or follow me for future trainings or anything like that. Also, if you are not currently in our Discord group, reach out to the person who invited you so that they can get you in so that you can stay tuned into what we're doing as a team. If you haven't joined IM Academy with us already and you want to, reach out to the person who invited you. We do these Markup Mondays on Monday nights at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. I typically open it up to everybody, whether you're with IM Academy or not. So if you want to get those, you can join our Discord team chat as a guest. You can follow me on social media. And then I also have a YouTube channel that I share these recordings with as well. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out. And if not, I will see you guys throughout the week. I hope you have a great trading week. And again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your support. And I hope you guys have a great night.